and I say, I need to come show you this amazing opportunity. And he goes, what is it? I said, I'll show you when I get there. And he said, okay, I'll be down here, in about 45 minutes. Just tell my secretary when you're here, and she'll ring me, and then I'll come join you. Good. I drive my car downtown. I drive into the parking structure and park my car. I go over to the elevator. I go up to the 9th floor where his office is in this building. I tell the receptionist I'm here to see him, and she says, okay, go into the conference room. I will tell him you are here. So I have my little blue bag, my blue Nu Skin bag. In that time in Nu Skin, they had this little blue bag. It was really ugly, and that's what all the products came in, okay? So we only had 17 products in the entire company at that point. And so I've got my products in my bag, I've got my flip chart, and I go sit in this conference room, and it's like 5 minutes goes by, and I'm busy, I don't want to waste time, so I'm like, where is he? Come on. And finally he comes walking in, he goes, I'm sorry, I was on a call, and I said, no problem. I said, Scott, I said, I'm not doing real estate anymore. And he's shocked. He looks at me like, what? I said, I've decided I'm doing something completely different. I said, I'm doing Nu Skin. Have you heard of Nu Skin? And he goes, no, I've not heard of Nu Skin. I said, well, you will now. I said, give me your hand. And so I grabbed his hand, like this. I grabbed his hand, no, like this. Just like that, and I took my pump, my Nu Skin hand lotion, and I went squirt, squirt, squirt. Like that. And all of a sudden he pulls his hand back. And he's looking at me. Like that. And the lotion is dripping through his fingers. And it's going splat on the glass on the conference room table. Splat. Splat. It's just dripping all over his hand. I gave him way too much hand lotion. And he looks at me, and he said, Nathan, what happened to you? He said, we used to work on multi-million-dollar real estate transactions. And he said, now you're selling hand cream? He was kind of attacking me a little bit, right? He was kind of making fun of me a little bit. Like belittling, okay? I didn't know what to say. I thought, I really screwed up, okay? I shouldn't have squirted him like that, right? And so I just said, Scott, I'm really sorry. I said, this isn't going at all the way I thought it would go, okay? I said, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave right now. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later. I put my products in my little bag. I grabbed my flip chart. I walked over to the elevator. I went down the elevator. I'm walking through the parking structure. I'm so mad at myself. I'm so angry because I didn't have the words in my mouth to say anything to him. I didn't know what to say, okay? And I opened the door to my car. I took that blue bag. I threw it into my car as hard as I could throw it. I sat down and I slammed the door. And I'm just grabbing the steering wheel in my car. And my knuckles are just white. I'm just gripping my steering wheel because I'm so angry at myself. And I'm saying, why didn't you say something? You look like an idiot, And this was a really difficult time for me. I was so close. I was this close to saying, I'm not made for this Nu Skin thing. Maybe I cannot. Maybe I can't make it in this business. I had a big crisis. A big crisis. This was one of my best friends. And I thought for sure this friend would listen to me and be excited and join this business, right? obviously my approach was completely wrong, right? And so this was a crisis. And I have to tell you that I had one audio tape, one little cassette tape. And I drove out of the parking structure going back to my house, and I put that cassette tape in my player, and it was a leader in New Skin in Texas. And he was talking about why he was doing New Skin. And I got to tell you, that audio tape, that saved me. That saved me. I could have been out of this business that day, okay? And what he was saying on the audio tape was he was saying that New Skin is a way to have a different life. New Skin's a way to get freedom, right? New Skin is a vehicle to help us do that. And I remembered listening to the tape why I decided to do it. I remembered my brother-in-law and what he said to me. I remembered my goal. I was going to make $100,000 a month. I remembered that it wasn't about the hand lotion. Not about the hand lotion, right? It's about the vehicle. It's about the opportunity that is in front of us, right? There's lots of worse things to sell than hand lotion, okay? You know, anti-aging products are pretty good things to sell. It's a pretty great thing, actually. But I was just all wrong that day. I just made mistakes that day. And I vowed I would never make those mistakes again. And I vowed that when I recruited people into New Skin, that I would tell them why I was doing this business. And I hope that's something that you do. Every time you sit down with a new prospect, I hope you start off by telling them why you personally are doing this business. What your goal is, what your vision is, you know, why you want to make this work for you. Because they will find hope in your vision of why you are doing this business. So don't forget that, right? So that was one thing that happened to me that was a defining moment in my New Skin career. It was when I recommitted. And I got a lot more clarity. I became more clear in my mind as to what I was doing and why I was doing it, right? And if you're not clear on that today, then get there. Okay, if you don't understand exactly why you're doing this, if you can't say it in 2 sentences to somebody, then you need to get clear on why you're doing it. You know, why are you doing it? Okay, I'm telling you, I'm doing it because I don't want to have to worry about money anymore. I want to be free. That's why I did it. All right? Okay. So the next thing, lack of focus. Right here, lack of focus. Okay, by definition, everybody in this room is an entrepreneur, or you would not be here today. That's what attracted you to New Skin. You're an entrepreneur. You saw something here that looked pretty good. A great opportunity, right? So because you're an entrepreneur, you're here, and that's good, but it's also bad. Okay, why is it bad to be an entrepreneur? Because once you've found what you're doing, you need to focus on it. Entrepreneurs have a tendency to turn their head and look at the next thing. And we're running down our New Skin path. We're being successful. We're working away. And all of a sudden somebody says, hey, over here. Look what I have over here. And we go, what? What is it? What do you have? You know, and then somebody over, hey, look what I've got over here. What is it? And the problem is we've got these entrepreneurial antennae on our head. You haven't noticed these before when you look in the mirror? Every one of you have 2 antennae on your head right here. And so when somebody says, hey, they go, what is it? What's that? And the problem is those antennae are always looking around for entrepreneurial things. Like this. When you join New Skin, what you have to do is you have to retract the antenna. You have to make a conscious decision. You just go, and then you take 2 screws and you screw them down. And you screw them to your head so they can't move. Now you're ready to succeed in New Skin. Because the next week when somebody goes, hey, look at this. They can't look. And that's a good thing, right? So you just put the blinders on. You just stay focused on what you're doing, right? So that's an objection. That's a concern. Lack of focus. Restate my goals. Become a new skin laser, right? Become a laser beam. Have that power. And number 3 was quitting. I was afraid I might get discouraged and quit. And I don't know if you're aware, but the only way you can fail in new skin is you quit. That is the only way you can fail. So it's simple. You just make a decision today that you will never quit new skin. You will never quit, okay? It doesn't matter how tough it gets, how difficult it can become. You will not quit this business. You realize that it really is you that needs to improve. It's actually you that's got to get more effective and better words in your mouth, more confidence, okay? It's you that needs to improve, okay? So that's what you have to focus on, is that you will never, never quit the business. And if you make that commitment, then you stick with it, you consistently do your business, you will become world class. You'll become a world-class network marketer. You really will. And you'll change your whole future. So those were my goals. Those were my possible obstacles. That's how I was dealing with the situations I would encounter and how I wanted to overcome them. Okay. So the major obstacles kind of go like this, okay? The first one is yourself. Isn't that amazing? You are your biggest obstacle. So folks, this is not about you. This is about all the people you're going to recruit and work with. So forget about yourself, okay? Every time you start thinking about yourself and you say, oh, I'm not giving very good presentations. Okay, well that's just you thinking about yourself. Okay, well then change it, okay? You say to yourself, you know, I'm not very good. I'm getting rejected all the time. People are just rejecting me when I try to approach them, okay? Or I'm not very good at signing people up. I don't seem to be able to get them to buy the packages that I need them to buy. Or whatever it may be. Whenever you are focusing on yourself, then you start to get discouraged. Whenever you focus on other people and what you can do to help them and help them change their lives, then you're optimistic and you're happy and you're motivated, okay? So that's the difference, right? So make sure that you get yourself out of the way. There's only one person that you really have to recruit in this business. There's only one, and that's you. You got to recruit yourself. And you got to get yourself completely in this business, right? How many of you think you're completely in new skin? You think? Well, I doubt it. I don't think so. I think you may think you're committed to it, but you may not be. So I don't know, do you guys have the hokey pokey down here? Anybody do the hokey pokey down here? You never heard that little tune, that little song? You haven't? It goes like this. You put one foot in, you put one foot out, you put one foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's what it's all about. Okay? Yeah, that's the hokey pokey. That's the problem that most new skin distributors have, is they're singing the hokey pokey. Yeah, they got one foot in, and then they got one foot out. Then they put one foot in, and they're shaking all about. Okay? Stop it. Okay? Yeah. Stop doing that. Okay? You're just torturing yourself. Stop torturing yourself. Just recruit yourself, okay? Just make a decision. Jump in with both feet. Both feet. Not one foot. Okay? Get all the way in. Or get out and stop torturing yourself. Okay. after you recruit yourself. The next thing you're going to have that will be an obstacle for you is rejection. So are you concerned about rejection? How many people love rejection? Nobody loves rejection, okay? Nobody likes to be rejected, but it's a fact of this business, okay? It's a fact of anything you're going to go sell. You're going to have rejection, all right? The key is you recognize it for what it really is, okay? It's just not the right time for those people right now. It's not the right time for them. So don't take it personally, all right? You'll find people that it's the right time in their life, and they're going to join straight away. It's going to happen really fast. So don't beat yourself up that it's not the right time. The vast majority of people you talk to are going to say no. No thank you, not interested, not for me, okay? Plan on it, folks. That's our business. That is absolutely normal, okay? So you are going to have rejection. The next thing that happens after rejection that ends up being an obstacle is that you'll have people after rejection that they'll actually, quit the business, right? That's what happens. So rejection and then discouragement. It's really discouraging when you spend time to recruit somebody, they sign up in the business, they might even become an executive, and then they quit. That happens. That will happen to you on your journey to Blue Diamond, I promise you. Okay? It'll happen. So that can be discouraging. I just want to warn you in advance that it will happen. Yes, it is discouraging, but get over it because there's millions of more people out there that you can talk to and recruit, and you'll find people that are ready. It's the right time in their life, and they'll join the business. Okay? Okay, so we're going to talk about that right now. So, how do you know when it's the right time for somebody? How do you know? Can you look at somebody and say, oh, I can tell that they're ready? Can you? No, you really can't. Well, if you can, you're amazing, because I've never been able to do that. And I've talked to thousands of people over all these years in many, many countries, all right? I've never yet been able to look at a person and go, oh yeah, that one right there, they're ready and they're going to be a Blue Diamond. Okay? I don't know anybody who can do that. So the only way we find out if people are ready to listen to something like this is to approach them, to talk to them, all right? And so that's why we have to talk to a lot of people. We have to talk to a lot of people. Do you want to know the fail-safe approach to Blue Diamond? Do you want to know how you can guarantee yourself to be a Blue Diamond? Anybody want to know that? You want to know the secret to becoming a Blue Diamond? I'm not sure you want to know. Yeah, I don't know, because this is dangerous. It's really dangerous, because when I tell you the secret, you may say, oh, that's too big, that's too hard, I'm done. So I might ruin you right now. Okay, so there's no secret really, it's just on the board right here. Okay? You have to talk to 2,000 people. Are you willing to talk to 2,000 people? Nah, I don't know if you are. Do you know how many people does the average new skin distributor try to recruit before they quit? What do you think? What's the average? 5. The average distributor will talk to 5 people. 5 people will tell them no thank you, and they're done. They go, I can't take any more than that. I'm done. Okay, then you're done. Fine. Keep working a job for the rest of your life, because that'll be your fate. Because you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone and go talk to a lot of people. So you just need to go someplace where they'll give you a paycheck every 2 weeks, and that'll be your life. And you'll have nothing. You'll travel nowhere. You'll have just this boring life. Okay? That's what'll happen to you. Okay? Folks, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone if you want to be successful. You're going to have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable every day. And that's talking to new people. All right? So, the way the numbers work, you talk to 2,000 people, more than 1,000 will say, no thank you. Okay? You're going to approach them and say, are you open to finding out about a new business? Would you like to see my wrinkle iron? I can take 5 years off your face in 5 minutes, okay? Would you like to be scanned and find out how fast you're aging on the inside of your body? Are you open to looking at a new business? You know, are you willing to change what you're doing economically? Are you making enough money? Are you happy with your job? Do you like your boss? Okay? Are you happy with the amount of free time you have in your life? Would you like to spend more time with your family or with your children? Would you like to travel the world and see different places? Would you like to have more excitement in your life? Do you want me to keep going? How many ways can you approach people? It's unlimited. You just ask them questions, okay? You ask them questions and listen to people, okay? And then they'll tell you something that will let you explain what you're doing, why you're doing Nu Skin, okay? You're going to have to talk to a lot of people. And you got to get used to the word no thank you or no, not interested, all right? That's okay. You've got to learn to let that run off you like water runs off of a duck's back, okay? It doesn't stick to you. It doesn't affect you. It's just part of your numbers game. The more no's you can get, the closer you are to the people you need to find. Right? You can't find them unless you go get the no's. Let's say you're able to give 500 presentations. You got your flip chart, or you take people to your local business briefing every week, or you meet them 2-on-1 with your sponsor, you know, at a coffee shop. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to sit down and give a presentation. Okay? You give 500 presentations. Guess what's going to happen? Out of 500 people, 75% will probably not join the business. A whole bunch of those people should buy product from you. When you get done with the presentation, you ask people to join the business. Okay? Every time I do a presentation, guess what? It's about the business. It's the 5-point presentation I did last night. That's what I talk about. I do not only do a half-faced demo and stop right there. That's a big problem most distributors have in Nu Skin, is they only talk about the product. They don't talk about the business enough. And they don't show people the compensation plan. Okay? You think about your presentations. Are your presentations all product focused? Because if all you do is talk about product, guess what you're going to catch? Product users. Okay? If your presentation is about the product and the business, then guess what you're going to catch? Product users and business builders. What did I say last night when I stood on stage and did the 5-point presentation? At the very beginning of the meeting, I said, I am here tonight looking for leaders. I say that every time I give a presentation. I tell the person I'm sitting in front of, I'm here today looking for leaders. I'm looking to see if you can be a leader. That's what I'm here doing today. Okay? And if they decide that the business is not for them, then you know what I say to them? Well, at least you ought to try the products then. Because these are amazing products. Okay? More times than not, the person will go, okay, yeah, you're probably right. I should buy some product. Sell me some product. Okay? I just spent 30 minutes to an hour with them, right? I described some of the products to them, but I've also basically focused on the business. And so I'm going to make sure I sell some product if I can to get paid for my time, spending some time with those people. I'm going to build my customer base by default. I build my customer base with all the people that declined the opportunity. But my focus is one focus. I want to be a blue diamond. I want to make $100,000 a month. So what's my focus? I'm going to build executives. I'm looking for executives every day. Right? I got to become an executive factory, don't I? Of course. Okay, so that's what my focus is. Examine your focus. How are you approaching people? What are you saying to people when you sit down and do a presentation? Okay, it's okay to start off with product. It's okay to say, here, let's do a half-face demo. That's phenomenal. That's great. But don't stop with the demo. Say to the person, look at your face. Look at half your face. Look how different you look. Can you imagine how big of a business this is? Can you imagine how many people would want this treatment all the time on their face? And you should see all the other products this company has, right? Do you know how big this business is? Let me tell you why I'm here today. I'm looking for leaders. I'm happy to give you this half-face demonstration, but I'm really here looking for leaders. Okay? You got to talk about the business. If you don't talk about freedom and about the business and about changing your future, you can't give anybody any hope. Okay? They're not going to change their whole life because they just want to use your product. They're only going to change their life because they want to be free, just like you. You understand? Okay? Listen, folks. It's easy. It's easy to sell product. Okay? Product is easy. It's tangible. It's right there in front of you. You can touch it. You can feel it. You can smell it, right? That's why it's so easy to sell product. That's why we gravitate to product so quickly. All right? The opportunity is not tangible. The opportunity is intangible. Okay? It's just words. The opportunity is just ideas. You have to get the right words in your mouth so you can explain, you can describe this intangible thing called the Nu Skin opportunity. Okay, this vehicle. You heard my words last night. How did I describe it? It's like a bicycle compared to a Ferrari, right? I try to paint images in people's minds so they can get the vision that this is a vehicle that can take them someplace. Okay? And every time you're recruiting people, you should say to people, this is the accelerated game of life. This is a chance to work hard one time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you the core right now. This is the core of Nu Skin. Okay, this is the central point of Nu Skin. What is it? It's an opportunity to work hard one time for the next 5 to 10 years and be done. To not worry about money the rest of your life. That's the core right there. And if you're not talking about that with people, you're not going to catch the entrepreneurs. Okay? So think about that in your presentations. You get 500 presentations, you'll probably sponsor 25% of those people. So out of 500 presentations, you sign up 125 distributors on your front line. Those are personally sponsored distributors. Those are not the distributors you help your downline sponsor. Those people are all in addition to those numbers. Okay? Those are yours personally. All right? We know, statistically, we can look in Nu Skin's computer. And in the computer, we can see how many people the average distributor signs up. We can look at the average blue diamond, and we know the average blue diamond signs up between 125 and 150 people. That's what they do. That's how many people they personally recruit. And 10% of all the people you personally recruit will become executives on your front line. And that will make you a blue diamond. Those are the numbers right there. Okay? So now I've told you the secret. It's just a lot of work. That's the secret. Okay? Consistency, focus, discipline. That's what it takes, right? Now maybe I just